in the blistering heat of the Judean desert, in a land scorched by centuries of sun and silence, something extraordinary lay hidden for nearly 2,000 years. It wasn't gold, it wasn't jewels, it wasn't a lost city. It was words, ancient words, sacred words, and they would soon shake the foundations of biblical scholarship and thrill believers across the world. The year was 1947. A young Bedouin shepherd named Muhammad ed-Dib wandered the cliffs of Qumran, just northwest of the Dead Sea. One of his goats had gone missing. While searching, he picked up a stone and tossed it into a cave opening. He expected silence. Instead, he heard the unmistakable sound of pottery shattering. Curious, he climbed inside. And there, in the shadows of that cave, he discovered clay jars, some broken, some sealed, holding tightly wrapped scrolls. What he found would become one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. Soon, word spread. Archaeologists descended on the region. Over time, 11 caves were uncovered, and inside them, thousands of scroll fragments, more than 900 manuscripts in total. What were they? Who wrote them? And why were they hidden? Most of the scrolls were written in Hebrew, others in Aramaic and Greek. They included parts of nearly every book of the Old Testament, from Genesis to Psalms to Isaiah. One scroll, the Great Isaiah Scroll, stretched over 7 meters long. And here's what stunned scholars. It was nearly identical to the book of Isaiah in modern Bibles. Let that sink in. A manuscript copied more than 2,000 years ago. So carefully preserved, it read almost word for word like the Isaiah we read today. Before this discovery, the oldest Hebrew Bible manuscripts we had dated to around 1000 AD, the Masoretic texts. But the Dead Sea Scrolls, they were written a full 1,000 years earlier, some as early as 250 BC. That 1,000-year gap, bridged in a single moment by a shepherd boy and a broken jar. Who were the people who copied and preserved these texts? Most scholars believe it was a Jewish sect called the Essenes. They had separated themselves from the temple in Jerusalem and built a devout, disciplined community near Qumran. They prayed, they copied scripture by hand, they stored the scrolls in clay jars, and when war came, likely during the Roman invasion in 68 AD, they hid them. They buried the truth in the desert, hoping someone, someday, would find it. The scrolls weren't just scripture. They included community rules, prophetic commentaries, messianic expectations, and apocalyptic visions. Some even contained lost books, like the Book of Enoch and Jubilees, texts not found in today's Bible, but once widely read among the Jewish people. These scrolls opened a window into a forgotten world, a world alive with devotion, danger, and deep expectation. And for many believers, the discovery meant something even more. It was evidence, powerful, physical evidence, that the Bible had been faithfully preserved. What they held in their hands on Sunday mornings was not a modern creation. It was an ancient message carried across the centuries. The scrolls silenced critics who said scripture had been altered, because now there was proof. The message had not changed. Of course, some scholars pointed out differences: spelling, grammar, a few variant phrases. But even they admitted the consistency was remarkable. In a world where ancient texts often morph over time, the Dead Sea Scrolls stood as a miracle of preservation. Today, many of these scrolls rest in the shrine of the book in Jerusalem. Millions visit each year to glimpse the past, to see the very scrolls that echo the words of Moses, David, and Isaiah, from a shepherd's stone to a scholar's pen, from a dusty cave to the eyes of a global church. The journey of the Dead Sea Scrolls reminds us, truth leaves traces, sometimes buried, sometimes broken, but never forgotten. These were not just ancient writings, they were a whisper from the past, confirming that what was written still speaks. The Dead Sea Scrolls, the discovery that proved the Bible true. Subscribe for more stories in church history and biblical archaeology.